Half a day, everybody. My dear friend Janella Carrera is in the KUM News Zoom room, and that means we are talking about the Department of Labor, and that means we are talking about opportunities. We normally do that. Today, we're also talking about knowing your rights. So, Janella, good to see you as always.
You too, Jason. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, and we appreciate the fact that your agency is actually pushing out the fact that that employees, regardless of like sector, everybody has inalienable rights. Everybody, but I guess the point is not many people understand the full scope of those. So, what are you guys doing to make sure that employees understand, what they really, what their rights truly are?
Yeah. So, we actually conduct workshops. We partner with agencies and put a call out to the business community that if they need more information or want their employees to be aware of what types of rights they have as employees, then we're happy to do workshops for them. Of course, our website is always there. It has all the information that you need. There's the Fair Employment Practices Division, and you can get all the information there about what your rights are. But in particular, recently, maybe just in the last quarter or so, the EEOC, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, updated its Know Your Rights poster. And this is that poster. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but I've seen it in a couple of the places I've worked in the past. It's supposed to be located in a conspicuous place where employees can see it. And being required to post it is something for those with 15 or more employees.
And most
And so,
employees, if it's in their place of business, they pass by it a million times, so much
yeah,
that they
and
probably
sometimes
just
they
put it
forget
on.
about it.
Yeah, but
Right,
I
right.
mean, it is a critical document.
It is, because you do absolutely have to know what your rights are, who you can contact if you want to file a charge or file a complaint. And it's just, fair employment practices. So the Know Your Rights poster was updated back in October. And so the EEOC reached out to all their partner agencies from the different states and territories and jurisdictions to ensure that employees are aware of this. And so we want to reach out to the business community and to all employers and make sure they're aware that the poster was updated. And so some of the changes that were made to the Know Your Rights poster, it has more plain language, it's more user friendly, it's more interactive. So it has now it has a QR code. So the last time this was updated was in 2009, and back in 2009 QR codes weren't really a thing. I don't even know, I'm not sure if it even existed. But so now it has a QR code, and if you want more information other than what's on the poster, you can just easily snap your phone on it and it takes you to the website. So it has that. And then one of the major things is clarifying that sex discrimination, it includes discrimination based on pregnancy and related conditions, and then of course sexual orientation or gender identity. I think the definition, or the scope of the definition of sex discrimination in the previous poster was not as comprehensive, or the definition didn't include these things. So now
Yeah, and
it does include.
self-identification these days is so
Right.
broad and so much more than when you and I were first starting in the workforce.
Right, exactly. So it has that information, and it also includes harassment as a form of discrimination. So the Know Your Rights poster will list all the different types of discrimination that you can face in the workplace that are reportable, or something that you can contact EEOC and file a charge or file a complaint if you're experiencing any of these forms of discrimination. So they include race, color, and then sex, which has now been updated. The definition has been updated. Age discrimination, there's also equal pay discrimination, disability, genetic information, and retaliation for filing a charge. So if you experience discrimination, and you decide to file a complaint, and then you face discrimination because you filed that complaint and they retaliate against you. So that's also a form of discrimination. So these are just some of the changes that were added to the new poster, and employees need to be aware of this. So it has to be in a conspicuous place, like a break room or an open office, or somewhere where you know that most of your employees or all of your employees frequent or pass by and can see it.
And for employees, please, take the time to read this document. I mean,
Yes.
I can almost guarantee, if I was a betting man, I'd say you're probably going to learn something you probably didn't already know.
Right. And so the poster is available. It's available on our website, dol.guam.gov, but you can also go to the EEOC page and get a copy of it there, and then print it, try and make it a larger paper, because sometimes small ones are a little too hard to read.
The font is a little tiny, so
Yeah, the font
there's
is
a lot of
small.
information in there to unpack.
There is, but the one thing that they did with the poster, the updated poster, is instead of making it so wordy, they condensed it so it's easier to read and easier to pinpoint all the information that that are critical for employees to be aware of.
Now, Janella, that's not the only thing you guys have going on, because equally under your purview, you guys are getting out information about island seniors, our beloved Monumco, and
Yes.
opportunities available for them.
Yes, thank you for bringing that up. So we have a program that's geared toward our Monumco. It's called the Senior Community Service Employment Program, or we call it CSEP. And so that takes that's for people who are 55 and older, and we assist them or place them in some form of employment or training. And so of course, they're paid, and so it's about 20 hours. It's part-time work. It's about 20 hours a week, 5 days a week. And then to be able to be eligible, you'd have to meet certain criteria. So of course, 55 and older, resident of Guam, if you're unemployed, and then you meet the income requirement. And if you are among those with significant barriers to employment. And so we work with other partners for the CSEP program. So we've actually placed some of them with the mayor's offices. There are some where they were enrolled in the CSEP and doing part-time temporary work. And then eventually we were so impressed with their skills that we actually picked them up here at Department of Labor, working down at the AJC. So
very nice.
Yeah, so if you're Monumco, whether you're retired or not, but you're unemployed and you need you want to work, we can definitely put you to work. We can assist you. Just give us a call at the American Job Center. Our number is 475-7000 or 7001. Or you can always call. I know some of our elderly, they kind of like to get out of the house. Instead of doing online banking, they prefer to go to the bank and make a deposit. So, you can definitely visit us at the American Job Center. We're at the GCIC building in Hagåtña. We're on the 3rd floor.
Yeah, so obviously our islands Monumco, their decades of experience, of their knowledge, their ability to pass that down to younger generations. I mean, that in itself is invaluable.
Yeah, and there's actually certain skills that a lot of our Monumco have that maybe some of our younger generation don't have, and that can definitely contribute to the workforce. So like I said, with the mayor's offices, they've utilized a lot of our CSEP participants because they know their villages. We try to put them in the villages where they reside in, so it's easier to commute, but also because they're familiar with the residents there, and a lot of the local residents within that village can trust them. They know, they're the heartbeat of the village, just like the mayors. So we've utilized mayor's offices, other GovGuam agencies where we place them. During the pandemic, we also had some seniors who were assisting with the COVID-19 vaccine and testing. So it's a really good program, but we're not seeing as many participants as we used to. So we want to encourage our Monumco and our elderly population to get back into the workforce if they can. They're looking for something to do, or they need the money. Then definitely we can assist them get that started.
That is a wonderful opportunity. And is it necessarily the work that that the elderly will be doing is necessarily maybe more towards administrative and clerical? Because I'm sure if you place someone who's 55 and older at one of the mayor's offices, you're not going to say, okay, you're going to be the one to like cut down the tree or
cut down the bushes, right? Well, you never know. There might actually be some. I've seen some of the older population that in that age group, that age bracket, are still out there and working very hard and getting
that would be very cool.
Yeah. Definitely.
Okay, so,
it just depends. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not a cut and dry program. You bring what you have to the table, and everything, and Department of Labor will match you up where you're most needed and give you meaningful work and give you a very good, honest wage.
Yeah, good wages. Again, it's part-time work, but there's other benefits too that are included. So just to list some of them, the wages are exempt from income, and then you also get some birthday leave or bereavement leave with pay, and then of course you gain on-the-job experience and an opportunity to re-enter the workforce. So this is it's a temporary type of thing, but at the end of it, say you're with an employer who sees your potential in a long-term employment, then they can definitely pick you up permanently. So as I mentioned, we've done that here at Department of Labor, where we've had a couple who were assisting us with other programs, and we were just so impressed with them. We ended up hiring them for permanent jobs at the AJC.
Very nice. That's wonderful. So, Tunwan and Tan Maria can go, like work in the village in the morning and then go pick up the grandkids when they get out of school in the afternoon. And that's a full
Right.
day.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. 20 hours a week, part-time. And then eventually if you get picked up by an employer permanently, that could lead to full-time employment.
And there you go. Well, the Department of Labor is getting it done. Janella, fittingly, I'm going to let you get back to work because I know you guys have a lot of it over there. So thank you very much for your time and for making these wonderful programs available to our community.
Absolutely. Anytime, Jason. And I really want to thank you for this great opportunity.
Absolutely.